another episode of Daily Fodder. Who would have thought? Almost 2 days in a row. Turns out knowing that people watch actually might motivate me to do something. So here we go. I'll start off with this guy who won he won 2 cards in a row. You know how at baseball games they do those drawings where if a certain player hits a grand slam in a certain inning, you get a car or something, and your name has to be drawn out of like this giant pot of names. This guy's won twice in a row. As in twice in like 6 months. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. He drove to the second game in the SUV that he won the first time. I like the fact that it's the Albuquerque Isotopes, kind of like The Simpsons. Alright. And I know that I just mixed genres there. I know that was a Quagmire Alright with a Simpsons reference, but who cares? Alright. Okay, enough of that. Let's see, there's a story about these people from Maine who donated their house to some Hurricane Katrina victims because they felt sorry for them. And the Hurricane Katrina victims, who will remain nameless, absconded with all of their appliances. And for those of you who don't know what absconded means, it means they yoinked them. Took their appliances, trashed the house, and nobody knows where they are. That's classy. I definitely think New Orleans deserves to be rebuilt because they have such quality people there. And it's a really viable site for a city too, you know, underwater. It makes a lot of sense. Seriously. You and I are paying for this. Let's see. This is a funny story from Saudi Arabia. Apparently this guy tried to get it going on with his Filipino maid, and she hacked off his manhood. Moral of the story? Yeah, there's too many morals. Or no morals, depending upon how you look at it. Let's see. Apparently in Germany they're having a problem with people who are robbing from the rich and giving to the poor, and they're doing it dressed like superheroes. I think that's pretty sweet. Basically what they do, there's a group of like 40 of them. They all go into a rich store dressed like superheroes, and because of all the confusion and chaos that it causes, a couple of them can yoink stuff off the shelves or whatever, put it in sacks, and leave, and nobody really knows what's going on because everybody's, you know, it's all chaos. 30 superheroes showed up in the store where I worked. It was pretty chaotic too. But German police are pretty pissed, and these guys think it's great because they're, you know, been labeled anarchists and all this kind of stuff. But I think it's funny. Suck on that, Germany. Oh, this is gonna be part of the Europe Sucks. I forgot to introduce the episode. It's the episode where Europe sucks. This is the first instance. Maybe I didn't forget. I don't remember. It's too early. I think my hair's screwing me up. Maybe I'll get a cut today. I don't know. There's a couple of different stories about playgrounds at schools either being shut down or absurd rules. There's just one playground in Florida where the rule says, do not run on the playground. In my opinion, litigation in this country has got out of control. We should, you know, those parents who are like, these kids can't run, it's too dangerous. We should go around and we should kick them in the junk, or, you know, hit them in the kneecaps with baseball bats. That would solve the problem. Seriously, don't do that. Speaking of litigation, I don't want to be liable for telling you to go hit people in the kneecaps with baseball bats or kicking them in the junk. Let's see. Apparently, on top of Old Smokey, you know, that song that everybody used to sing in grade school where, you know, it usually ends with some kind of violence to a teacher. Apparently that's a threatening song. This girl was humming it in class. A student asked her what the words were to the song. She said them, and then got suspended because the teacher felt threatened. Come on. Gosh. There's a lot of, like, stupid ones today. Oh. Here's store robbery 101. Speaking of the German robberies, here's one in the States. Here's how dumb criminals are in the United States. compared with the genius of the superhero thing. These guys shot the clerk in the head and then told him to open the register. Come on. How stupid are you? Oh, let's see. Yeah, that's dumb. Here's another instance of Germany sucks. Overall, under the overall Europe sucks umbrella. This couple climbed up on top of a suspension bridge to watch a sunset. That's cool. It's kind of romantic. Whatever. Someone saw them climbing up, called 911. Kind of reasonable. Or whatever Europe's 911 is, I don't know. The rescue team all shows up. You know, they say, hey, come on down. You know, what's the deal? They're like, hey, we were trying to watch the sunrise or sunset or whatever. And they're like, okay, now you owe us the bill for this rescue. That's pretty stupid. They didn't even call anybody. The guy who called, who was the stupid idiot, should do it. Let's see. Oh, this should hit close to home for some of you guys. In Indiana, there was a gas station in Plainfield, Indiana. I think most of Indiana is a plain field, but that's aside from the point. They had the price at their gas pump set to 2/100ths. No, 2/100ths of a cent. No, 0.2 of a cent per gallon. And people were filling up all morning with this. And then some woman, who apparently doesn't like free gas, went in and told the store clerk. The store clerks had no idea what was going on. You never see people at the gas station anymore because you do it all at the pump. Come on, woman. Gosh, what are you doing? Apparently she's a really good person. She even offered to come back and pay the difference later when they fixed it. Come on, free gas. It's their fault. They set the price. Let's see. Oh, you can blame Canada for this one. Apparently this 55-year-old drunk guy thought that he could motivate his nephews to do more yard work by firing shotguns in the air. You know, just motivate them. Whatever. That's kind of a dumb shotgun sound. Let's see. I'll do that one last. This one, this is how bad England sucks. There's a guy who's spent the last 44 years cycling around the world. He's cycled 335,000 miles in 193 countries. It's the world's longest cycle ride. Within minutes of arriving in England, the bike that he has ridden for all of this entire time, yoinked. Yeah, that sucks. The police are gonna try and like lend him a bike out of lost property or something, but come on. That's just retarded. It's a 44-year-old bike. What, I mean, come on. England, you suck. Fix your teeth. And I'll end with a Hungarian, I'm just gonna read it. A Hungarian fisherman has drowned while trying to catch a 150-pound catfish. Gabor Komsley was dragged into a river when he refused to let go of the line. The 53-year-old's body was later pulled from the Zamos River, still clinging to his rod. The 4-foot monster catfish was still hooked on the end. Police in Hungary believe he had been yanked down the river by the fish. It had then pulled him through the water until he hit his head on a rock and drowned. A spokesman said, "When we pulled in his line, the fish was still stuck on the end. It's a good thing he held on to his rod."